I'm the calculus professor, and today we'll be talking about basic approaches to integration. In problem number 37, we'd like to evaluate the integral of d theta divided by 1 plus sine of theta. All right, so what I want to do is, this is not in a nice form for integration. I don't see any clear u substitution. I don't see that I can use polynomial long division. There's nothing there for me. But what I can do is I can try to simplify this thing by multiplying it by some form of 1. And the form of 1 that I'd like to use is the conjugate of the bottom. So let me rewrite this thing and show you what I mean. So I will rewrite this as the integral of, well, let's not write the d theta on yet. So I'll just write this as 1 over 1 plus sine of theta. That's what we have here already. And now I'm going to multiply that by 1 minus sine of theta divided by 1 minus sine of theta d theta. Notice that what I have right here, this 1 minus sine theta over 1 minus sine theta, that's just 1. Okay, so I didn't change this expression at all. Now let's move this up here and see what happens when I multiply through by that particular form of 1. All right, so I get integral of, the top just becomes 1 minus sine of theta. And on bottom, we get 1. And then I get minus sine of theta plus sine of theta. The minus sine of theta and the plus sine of theta cancel, and I'm just left with minus sine squared theta d theta. What's kind of nice about this is on the bottom I have 1 minus sine squared of theta, but 1 minus sine squared of theta is otherwise known as cosine squared of theta. So I can replace the bottom with cosine squared of theta. So I get the integral of 1 minus sine theta divided by cosine squared theta d theta. Now let's break this thing up into two different fractions. Okay, I'm going to write this as two integrals. The first integral will be 1 over cosine squared of theta d theta. And the other will be minus the integral, the minus is right here, of sine theta over cosine squared of theta d theta. What is 1 over cosine squared of theta? Another name for that would be secant squared of theta. So let's write it that way. This is the integral of secant squared theta d theta minus the integral. Well, sine over one of those cosines is a tangent. And then I also have a 1 over cosine left over, which is a secant. So sine of theta over cosine squared theta is just another way of saying tangent theta, secant theta. So this is tangent theta, secant theta, d theta. Now I'm ready to take an antiderivative. The antiderivative of secant of theta is tangent theta. The antiderivative of tangent theta secant theta is just secant theta, and then I need a constant. So the answer here is tangent theta minus secant theta plus a constant c.